is Beth Dennis, and I graduated from Will Rogers High School in 1959 with a guy named Richard Counts. Richard was one of my closest friends. He grew up with his parents and two younger sisters. He had a great family history to carry forward since he and his wife Sandy have been married almost 50 years now. How can I describe Rich in 1959? He was rather quiet until he got to know you. He was extraordinarily talented in so many things. He was very intelligent, and he had a wicked sense of humor. Rich and I became friends during our junior year, and we continued to stay in touch through a few years of college. We were rather an unlikely combination. Rich loved classical music. I loved rock and roll. I was very social. Rich could have cared less. Rich was very intelligent. Now, what can I say about me? But you know, the friendship worked. I loved his sense of humor. He could see humor in the most mundane things, and he always made me laugh. Even more important, Rich could laugh at himself. During our senior year at Rogers, Rich became a lab assistant in a chemistry class. One afternoon, he had the opportunity to demonstrate the production of chlorine gas by the oxidation of hydrochloric acid with manganese dioxide. Now, aren't you proud of me? I got through all those words. Rich wanted to be sure that the demonstration wouldn't fizzle, and apparently he got a little generous with one of the elements. The chemical reaction went really well. In fact, a little too well, when all of a sudden green chlorine gas was not only appearing in the flask and tubing, but billowing out and over the desktop and onto the floor, and the smell was literally clearing the room and probably the whole second floor of the school. The teacher and all the students were running around opening windows or heading for the doors. Now, Rich will tell you it was a really minor incident. A minor, perhaps. Things got a little exciting for everyone else. If that happened today, the whole building would probably have been evacuated. But our fearless hero bravely flushed the mixture down the drain, and the smell and the green gas slowly disappeared. We teased him about that for weeks. Rich was an extremely supportive friend. He had and still has a talent for making people feel really good about themselves. He thought I could do things that I had no idea I could do. But he had faith in my abilities and taught me to believe in myself. I'm sure that's one reason that he's been so successful. He's a nurturing man. I can see him being an excellent leader and a very kind person to work with and for. And that's rare in today's world. My mother always told me that you were known by the company that you keep. I'm very proud to have kept company with Richard Counts. Thank you.
Seattle has a world-class blood center. As you travel the rest of the world, people elsewhere know about the blood center. They know about its research. And that accomplishment takes vision and determination on the part of the leadership. And I think we all owe a debt of gratitude to Rich.
The blood center is there providing a lot of information to support so much research in these areas that are critical to the world, and yet I think it is just so quietly effective. A lot of that is Dr. Counts and the way he's there, he's supportive, he's making sure the priorities get taken care of, but he's not running around taking credit.
Blood centers here, we take that for granted. And it's, I think, through his leadership and direction that we are so secure in the community.
And then he's passionate about the research, and that research is an investment in the future for the Blood Center.
Don't you suppose one of Rich's great attributes that we talk about what a quiet leader he is his ability to attract really outstanding people to the staff. And he attracted some amazing young people from around the world.
He's really a physician scientist. He began, his research career as a basic biochemist, worked on hemophilia and other clotting disorders, and understands what research is about. And so he set a level of excellence because he understood what was required to build a research program.
He has managed and considered it very important to maintain the focus of the Blood Center as a medical institution, where we're not just a business manufacturing blood components, but our primary focus is taking care of patients and making sure that the patients in the community get the right service.
Richard Counts could have been a successful actor, writer, musician, or businessman. But thankfully for people the world over, he chose to be a physician. He earned his BA and MD at Washington University Medical School. St. Louis internship and residency followed at University Hospital, University of Washington in Seattle. He spent 2 years as a clinical associate in hematology at the National Institutes of Health, Bethesda, Maryland, then returned to the University of Washington, from which he retired in 2008 as Professor of Medicine, Division of Hematology, and became Professor Emeritus. Rich established one of the first centers in the U.S. for comprehensive care of hemophilia, a rare inherited bleeding disorder caused by the lack of a critical blood protein. The Puget Sound Blood Center, of which he was president and CEO, was among the first to produce large quantities of a concentrated form of this protein from volunteer donors. Dr. Counts has published an impressive list of textbooks and peer-reviewed papers. PSBC serves hospitals all over Western Washington by providing about 200,000 units of red cells annually for transfusion, and operates a large testing lab which serves 4 states, performing sensitive DNA testing for infectious agents on donated blood. And of hemophilia patients were expected to die by the age of 20. Today, because of Dr. Counts and others like him, most hemophilia patients enjoy near normal life expectancy and the ability to have careers and families. Rich and his UW colleagues discovered the most common causes of post-traumatic and post-surgical bleeding and developed techniques for preventing this fearsome complication. These procedures have been widely adopted and have significantly reduced the mortality of post-surgical bleeding.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Richard Counts.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Steve Cheeseborough, and it's my honor to present to you Dr. Richard Counts. And just in case you forgot, Rich is a member of that great class of '59.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you both for the nice introduction. It's a great pleasure to be here. I spent many happy hours in this auditorium. When I was in high school, I was interested in chemistry and in science, and I played the piano, as you heard. but I also was active in a lot of the plays and the drama. So this was, the stage was kind of hallowed ground. You couldn't get onto the stage unless you really worked and rehearsed and learned your lines, and then finally, when everything was ready, we were allowed to actually be on the stage. So I'm not ready tonight, but it's nice to be back on the stage after all these years. And it's great to see the school in such good condition. When we were students back then, we all worked, we're told that we need to work hard, to do our best, to make the school proud of us, our teachers, our parents proud of us. And so I worked grimly to make everybody proud of it, me. Probably not as hard as I should have, but grimly. And since I've been away, I've been proud of Will Rogers High School. Actually, as a matter of fact, most recently, I was in Alaska and taking leave of a group of people getting into a float plane. And as we were standing there on the float, somebody came up and said, "Oh, everybody turn around and smile, and we'll take your picture." So almost reflexively, I said, "Like Will Rogers." Well, the pilot, knowing the tragic history, gave me a really dark look. And so I said, "Well, Will Rogers was one of my heroes. I went to Will Rogers High School." That didn't impress the pilot very much. He was not. It's been wonderful to get back and see what's going on with the school. And I was proud of the school today, being able to talk to students and the teachers and the faculty and staff, and to hear all the great things that they've got going. I was proud tonight to hear what the community has decided, the conviction that the greatness of the school needs to be continued and restored, so that the glory days and the greatness of Will Rogers High School won't slip into the past. And there have been many outstanding accomplishments by graduates of the school over the years, and I'm confident now and hopeful that there will continue to be many in the future. Education is at a difficult state in our society today, and every generation needs to continue to work to rebuild that greatness everywhere. And I'm sure that in future years there will be students who are in school today who will be up here getting awards, and will feel as lucky as I felt that they had a chance to go to Will Rogers High School. So I thank the Will Rogers Foundation for this. It's a great honor to me, and I'm very appreciative of it. And I thank all of you for your support of the school, and we will expect continued greatness in the future. Thank you.